Well, we are just about set for the kickoff here at the Gator Bowl, live on Channel 44, preseason football. The Patriots 0-1. They come in after that thumping that Paul Kennedy talked about when they lost out to the Pittsburgh Steelers 30-14 up in Montreal. Gary Anderson had 3 field goals in that game. There are the weather conditions, 82 degrees as we say hello again from Jacksonville. The winds are out of the north at 15 miles an hour. The forecast is partly cloudy, but with some good football. Of course, the Buccaneers coming off that 30-17 shellacking of the Bengals. And I guess about the only negative, Paul, if you go back a week or so, Coach Perkins was saying that they did a rather poor job covering punts and kickoffs. So he's looking for a little better effort on the specialty teams.
Yeah, and he's going to be putting some new faces on those special teams tonight. Fellas like Derek Douglas and Tony Citizen competing for positions in the running back corps. Guys who will really have to hustle to make this team, and the difference will be their special teams play.
Coach Perkins, you saw that shot of Ray over on the sideline a couple of seconds ago, said off that victory against the Bengals, it's a good start, but hey, it is just that. It's just a start. We still have a lot of work to do and a long way to go. And we have to realize in evaluating the films that Cincinnati played a lot of people as well as we did. One preseason game out of the way. Tonight's another one, Ray said, and we must continue to improve. And there is the 62-year-old head coach of the Patriots, Rod Rust, who finally got his chance. His first full season as an NFL head coach after being the Pittsburgh Steelers defensive coordinator. He was, of course, the Patriots defensive coordinator under Ray Barry for a couple of years back in '84 and '87. This is the third time the two teams have met in preseason. The series is split, 1 game apiece. And as far as the regular season, rather overwhelming. The Patriots own 3 victories against the Bucs.
And the last meeting in regular season between the two played up in Foxborough, a memorable overtime game, which unfortunately for the Bucs, the Pats won. But Buccaneer fans will remember that as an outstanding contest. What was that, 2 years ago up in Foxborough?
Buccaneers head coach Ray Perkins enters his 8th year as an NFL head coach, 14-33. His record there is the officiating crew for tonight's game. The referee is Gordon McCarter, and of course there's one of the line judges, Ben Dwight, who was one of the premier officials in the National Football League and certainly one of the more colorful.
Talked to him before the game. In his 31st year now in the National Football League, they tried to retire him. He refused to go, so they moved him down to a line judge position, and Ben is here working in his 31st season.
Good for you, Ben. Sammy Martin is back deep. He wears number 82, and Steve Christie, who did an outstanding job 7 nights ago in Tampa at the stadium when he kicked those 3 field goals of 54, 34, 21, and excelled on the kickoffs, is about set to kick it off.
Yeah, the best starting position all night long was the 27. Buck opponents that night, the Bengals, average starting on their own 19-yard line. Christie did a marvelous job.
So here we are, all set to go. The rookie out of William and Mary will approach it at the 35. Again, Sammy Martin is back deep. Preseason game number 2, the Bucs against the Patriots. Live on Channel 44. We're underway in the Gator Bowl, and look out. That one cleared air traffic control, counted 7 yards deep in the end zone. Sammy Martin elects not to run it out. And Mr. Christie is putting a lot of pressure on Donald Igwebuike.
Well, here comes the guy number 14 in his 16th year in Steve Grogan. Can you believe he's still going at it, Jimbo?
There is a lot of hair that's been left in his helmet. The veteran out of Kansas State, he is 6'4", 210. And as you look at the offensive front, big number 75, Danny Villa, 6'5", 305 from Arizona State. A 5th-round pick of the Patriots back in '87 anchors that line, which is a little haphazard, and that's being kind, huh?
Yeah, it is really beat up. Bruce Armstrong, the left tackle, 6'4", 284 is the real steady guy there, but Melander and Johnson have little experience. Vienne on the right side. The center in Villa started 15 games a year ago, but this is one of the truly weak points, the offensive line for the Pats.
There are the stats on Steve Grogan. Patriots put it in play at their own 20-yard line. They power off behind the right side. John Stevens gets the call in the grasp of Pig Goff.
That was a pig in a poke. We said the offensive line had trouble. Pig Goff, as you see there with Jarvis and Davis, took them all on and stuffed the play.
And Davis gets the nod over John Cannon.
Yes, he does. John is home this evening, injured in practice, and there's that great linebacking core. And the secondary, too. Wayne Haddix has moved ahead of Bobby Futrell at the corner.
And power over over the middle. Danny Villa doing the blocking up front, helped out by 65 Rob White. Thomas on the tackle of John Stevens once again. Stevens last week caught one pass for 18 yards, carried it 4 times, and fumbled twice. So they're giving it to John and seeing if he got some stick-em-on tonight.
2 years ago, Stevens, the AFC Rookie of the Year. What a great year he had, rushing as a rookie for better than 1,000 yards out of Northwest Louisiana. Last season off a bit, 7 touchdowns, 800-plus yards.
Grogan backpedals. First pass is caught across the 35, diving across the 40. Hartley Dykes out of Oklahoma State. And number 51, Broderick Thomas, helped out by Harry Hamilton.
Watch the positioning of this pass. The only place that Dykes could catch it, behind the linebacker Randall, in front of Haddix. And Dykes, who had a big year last year as a rookie out of Oklahoma State when he caught close to 50 passes after missing nearly all of training camp, Dykes comes up with the catch. He is going to be a good one. You have him on one side and Irving Fryar on the other. You have some wide receivers.
Dykes is also the Patriots version of Neon Deion Sanders. He's quite a baseball player. So the Patriots pick up a first down. Spotted at the 35. They see his knee went down on the catch. Grogan out of the I formation. Simply power football, gives it off to Robert Perryman. And Broderick Thomas is there for his second consecutive tackle.
The former Michigan Wolverine out of the single back set, and Perryman. And when the flag is thrown by the umpire in that position, 9 times out of 10, it's holding. And they are talking to Eugene Marv, the Bucs defensive captain.
Danny Villa is the culprit. You get the impression as you take a look at the holding call on 75 in the middle of things, even the officials are trying to pick up the tempo of the game.
Well, games this season are supposed to be a great deal shorter. We're with the 45-second play clock. They've been timing games in preseason this year. They are 19 minutes quicker on average than the games a year ago. Halftime's been shortened. Everyone moving along rapidly.
You have to wait, though, until the commercials are in prime time. They'll slow down by a couple of minutes. From the 25, first and long, incomplete out of the backfield, looking for Robert Perryman, and pressure put on by Winston Moss, number 58.
Yeah, he was coming, and the veteran quarterback in Grogan, when he saw Ray Perkins, outstanding fourth-year linebacker, and Winston Moss, he unloaded it, forced him to hurry. Talking Grogan, get this. Grogan needs only 150 more yards passing to pass George Blanda. How many years did Blanda play?
Until he was a grandfather, about 5 times over. It's 2nd and 20 from the Patriots 25. Cook wide to the left side. Grogan on the delay. They try the draw. It's good for only 5 yards. Loose football, and the Buccaneers dribble it up at the 37-yard line, and Tampa Bay's got it. Rod Jones. Perryman popped up the ball. Now let's see if they say that his knee was down. It's Tampa Bay's ball. Rod Jones out of SMU. Watch the dribble. Perryman coughs it up right there.
His knee was down before he lost it, but playing on a neutral site, we don't have instant replay here this evening. And all you see are orange jerseys, and in the lower right portion of your screen, Ben Bright, the line judge. And Ben said it's going the other way, so the Bucs get the first turnover.
Vinny Testaverde brings Tampa Bay out. Great field position just outside the 35 of the Patriots. Vinny airborne on his first play. Fires out left. And it's caught at the 31. Bruce Perkins out of Arizona State out of the backfield. It was low. Perkins did a nice job. There's the offensive line.
Gary Anderson and Bruce Perkins, who can block too. He might be a lineman. Mark Carrier, the Pro Bowler from a year ago, is back in camp. Frank Pillow moves to the right side, starts this evening. And there's Gruber, McHale, Grimes. Bruin had this evening a Beckles, who missed 2 days of practice with a bad ankle, and Rob Taylor.
Reggie Cobb checks in. He's the lone running back. Jesse Anderson and Ron Hall. So it's double tight end. Motion by Anderson. Cobb behind Anderson's block. And Rob Taylor cracks the right side. Johnny Rembert in his 8th year out of Clemson. A good one was there.
Offensive line did a nice job, did they not, of moving back that front. Goat in the middle, flanked by Keys and Brent Williams. Keys starting in place of Ray Agnew, the #1 choice, who is not here. Andre Tippett, Ed Reynolds, Vincent Brown, Johnny Rembert. And it's not Lippett.
Lippett.
It's Lippett.
It's not Dorset.
It's Dorsett.
Thank you. Rod Russ. A lot of coaching connections between these two teams. We'll tell you about that on 1st and 10 from the 25. Testaverde pumps and dropped, almost picked off at the 13. Pillow on the slant in. Frank had it and then did the volleyball drill. Couldn't hang on.
They have moved Pillow to the right side because Bruce Hill and Danny Peebles are home injured. And they run him on the slanting route. Ray Perkins taking the play from upstairs from Richard Williamson, Mike Shula signaling it into Vinny. Pillow needs some work, and he dropped a sure first down.
Carrier out wide to the left, top of your screen. Quick snap, Testaverde. Around the left side, Bruce Perkins dives inside the 25, up ended at the 22 by Ed Reynolds in his 8th year out of Virginia. Ed is 6'5", 242, a free agent in more ways than one. We're talking about number 95 for the Patriots. Great story because he's in the reserve, and he told you he could be called up next week.
Yeah, he is a captain in the U.S. Army Reserves. Is number 95 in Reynolds, and as you know, with the Mideast crisis, he may be pressed into duty.
3rd and 8 from the shotgun. Vinny. Middle's wide open, caught at the 19. Loose football, New England's got it. Carrier fumbled the ball, and it goes back to the Patriots. So we play giveaway between the 20 and the 40.
In exhibition season or not, this is something you don't like to see, to get this close and to give it up. Now, how in the world can that be a fumble? Once Carrier is touched and he's down, it's a dead ball. That kind of balanced the other one, didn't it?
McSwain fell on the ball. That's worth further review.
Chick-fil-A, don't you just love it? Chick-fil-A, don't you just love it? Chick-fil-A, don't you just love it? Us kids love Chick-fil-A chicken, and their funny fries, and their yummy lemonade. They even have real desserts for dessert. Chick-fil-A, taste it, you'll love it for good.
The organizers of a recent national sports event had a slight coordination problem. How to link 34 events in 6 different cities. So GTE designed and maintained a network that not only connected people to information, but made it possible for the competition to begin. You see, at GTE, it's not just communications we offer, it's solutions. Call us. We're ready.
With gas prices going up, how can you beat the all-new 91 Ford Escort's great fuel economy? And no wonder Escort's the world's best-selling car. Ford's throwing in low 4.8% financing for 48 months.
How can you beat a deal like that? See your local Ford dealer now.
Paul Kennedy's alongside. Bob Alvarez down on the sidelines. Jim Kelly with you. Patriots up against the Buccaneers. No score. 9:55 to go. A scoreless first, live from the Gator Bowl. So 2 turnovers. Carrier coughed that one up, and it goes back over to the Patriots. Paul was talking about Steve Grogan. He currently is 22nd in NFL history in passing yardage, 26,271. Only 650 more to move past George Blanda. On 1st and 10, around the right side, it's John Stevens, bumped out of bounds near the 30 by Randall.
Tell you, a guy with almost fullback size that can run like a halfback. He got to that corner lightning quick and had turned it.
John Stevens out of Northwestern State already is 11th in club history in rushing, and he's in his 3rd year. 17 more yards. He moves past Andy Johnson into 10th place.
He started a dozen games for the Patriots last year.
2nd and 2 out of the I-Pro set. Stevens and Perryman. Stevens. That'll be a New England first down in the grasp of Broderick Thomas. Broderick was one of the stars of the game as far as Ray Perkins when he looked at the film.
Yeah, he thought he did a great job, and I'll tell you why, because he was going up against Anthony Munoz, a 9-time Pro Bowler, more times than not. And here he takes him on after shedding the block of the lead blocker and Robert Perryman, the fullback. Another angle from it. See if you can see number 70 to the top of your screen. The tackle, David Vienne, holding that block as long as he can. And here comes the linebacker, and that's how you're supposed to play it defensively.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Patriots, spotted at their own 33. Grogan will put it up. Middle's wide open. Caught at the 50. That's Hartley Dykes. He's into Tampa Bay territory at the 45. Looked for a second ball like it might be picked off. Dykes, good concentration, followed it all the way.
And great pass protection. Look at this. All the time in the world, Ray Seals can't get through there. Nobody around Grogan, right down the middle. And the fabulous athlete in Hartley Dykes makes the catch at the 50-yard line.
Rod Jones beaten on the play. It's 1st and 10. They spotted just outside the 45. Crossbuck left side. Robert Perlman again out of Michigan gets the call. Perryman rather, caught the ball once for 4 yards last week, but didn't run the ball at all. Seals on the stop.
Yeah, Seals held his ground a bit better that time. He is a guy, is Ray Seals, number 98, trying to shed the image of being strictly a pass rusher. There he is. Pretty good size, 270 pounds. Needs to play better against the run.
Perkins said that Seals did some things that he saw in the films. He played pretty good against the rush. He said he knows that he could rush the passer. Motion by Fryar to the near side. Stevens. Will score. That won't look good on the films at all.
One team is ready to play, and one team is not. And the team that's ready to play is wearing the red, white, and blue.
Number 44 goes 43 yards. Count the orange jerseys that have a shot at him.
One, two. And it's all boundary. Now watch the poor tackling in the secondary.
Hamilton misses.
Harry Hamilton misses.
Russ.
Rod Jones is over there. Hey, guys, you've missed the bell. Stevens is in the end zone.
Dave Vienne, number 70, with a big block. 7:34 to go. Starofsky. And Stevens, 5 carries, 59 yards. The last one went 43 for a score. The Patriots lead the Bucs 7-0. We've got 7:30 to go in the first.
J.D. Power and Associates, a name synonymous with excellence in the research and review of quality in the automobile industry. This Automotive Authority's initial quality survey has just ranked Buick LeSabre the most trouble-free American automobile for the 2nd year in a row. Your Florida Buick dealer proudly invites you to test drive the American champion.
We are the best.
Now play Fantasy 5 Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That means more fantasies and more chances to win hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Why won't Lawton Childs address the issues instead of attacking Bill Nelson for pointing them out? Fact. Childs and his son Bud got sweetheart loans from a banker whose bank has failed. Fact. Childs failed to disclose a gift of land worth $87,000. Fact. Childs failed to disclose almost $3 million in federally subsidized loans to a family business. Childs broke Senate disclosure rules 27 times, and then tried to raise Senate pay 50% to $135,000 a year.
In our pregame show, you heard Ray Perkins talk about consistency. He also doesn't like the fact that last week against the Bengals, there were a lot of missed tackles, sloppy tackling by the Tampa Bay Bucs, and on the touchdown run, that was not what he wanted to see early in this ball game.
43 yards by John Stevens. Patriots 7, Tampa Bay nothing. 7:34 to go in a scoreless first. Patriots lead on their second possession. Jason Starofsky will kick it to Reggie Cobb. Douglas is also there, and it is Cobb across the 10. 20. Nothing more. first Patriot to arrive, Rod McSwain, number 23. So Testaverde and the Bucs, as you look at that scoring drive, 43 yards by John Stevens. He carried 4 times last week and fumbled twice, so he's back.
He certainly is. And what about that 21-yard pass completion? Grogan to Dykes in the middle of that drive.
And the rather sloppy defense by Rod Jones on the play. He also missed a tackle on Stevens' touchdown run.
Jones just into camp, of course.
Gary Anderson shows the speed, turns the corner, turns nothing into 4. 2nd and 6 coming up.
Yeah, you termed that right. Roland James was over there, the veteran strong safety, to run him out of bounds, but number 40 in orange really had to use that speed to get to the corner as the Patriots had the angle on him, giving chase over this way. Andre Tippett.
We talked about it last week during the telecast. Ray Perkins, the coaching staff, saying they've got the best 1-2 punch at quarterback they've ever had with Testaverde and Chandler. The best 1-2 punch at running back with Anderson and Cobb. This is Bruce Perkins, and he maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage. Tim Goad on the stop in his 3rd year out of NC.
And a guy who was there right away, too, was Richard Tarditz out of the University of Georgia, number 53, the Frenchman. A guy who never played football till they walked on at Athens. There he is. He played for the rugby team for France in the offseason. Tarditz broke the play down early.
3rd and 6. Testaverde keeps Perkins and Anderson in the backfield. Pillow in motion, out of his slot. Caught, and that's a Tampa Bay first down at the 33. Mark Carrier.
Caught it right in front of the veteran, Fred Marion, in his 9th year. Surrounded. Vinny had to put it right there. Marion was there along with Maurice Hurst, a couple of pretty good defensive backs.
Hurst was spun around, a 9-yard reception. 1st and 10, Tampa Bay at their own 34. 5:44, and the clock winding on down. Out of the I, pro set. Anderson in the tail of the tandem. Perkins is the up back. Pillow motions near side. Carrier is outside of him. Anderson, big hole over the middle. His helmet came off at the 40. Roland James, oh, a cement mixer.
Took a pretty good pop, didn't he, to knock that headgear off. But watch the hole as he cuts back. Starts left, cuts back right. Great blocking up front. And then, boom, off came the headgear as James, that strong safety, delivered a shot. You have James back there, 32 years old in his 11th year, and Fred Marion in his 9th year. Both those guys were on the 85 Super Bowl team. It seems they've been there forever. It's good work for Vinny to face him.
A pickup of 9. The helmet went 12. Testaverde. Caught on a very strange developing play by Pillow. Pressure by Andre Tippett.
Andre Tippett, another great veteran, number 56. Here he comes, and good pass protection, too, provided by Bruce Perkins, working on a former Pro Bowler.
Last year, most of it spent on the injured reserve list. Anderson, Hall, Carrier, and Cobb are in there now. Cobb, of course, at running back. From the 46, 1st and 10. Motion by Hall. Cobb has a convoy, submarining Reggie and going down low for the Patriots. Short pickup of about a yard. Tip it again. And Jesse Anderson is slow to get up.
Tippett's making a bunch of stops right now. Tippett was injured in the final exhibition game of a year ago. They lost Tippett. They lost their starting left corner in Lapette, and they also lost Garen Veras, all in one fourth quarter against the Packers last year. Lost them all for the season, and they could never recover from that. Finished 5-11.
Slot to the left. Pillow. Carrier. Frank comes at you. 2nd and 9 from the 47. Delay. Anderson, nothing doing. 3rd and 7 coming up. In the middle, the nose tackle went down low. Tim Goad.
And Randy Grimes, the Bucs starting center, the veteran, had his hands full. They went right through Randy. A guy who has been a rock of stability in the middle, to Stuff Anderson.
Gary Anderson, one of the Buccaneers, familiar with Jacksonville's Gator Bowl. In addition to being here as a member of the Tampa Bay Bandits in '84 and '85, he was Arkansas's MVP in the Gator Bowl loss to North Carolina back in '81. Shotgun, Testaverde, pressure, forced out, unloads it, avoids the sack. Carrier was over there, but Brent Williams out of Toledo, number 46 or 96, was putting pressure on.
And Rod Russ, the veteran defensive coordinator before assuming the head coaching position, knew how to defend on 3rd and long. He had 6 defensive backs out there for the 4 wideouts that the Bucs sent downfield.
Sammy Martin, number 82, is back deep. There is he. Mark Royals, last week, averaged just over 40 yards a punt. His longest was 45. 2:39 left to go. It's been a scoreless first quarter for the Buccaneers. Royals gets this one away, but not very deep. Fair catch at the 21. Sammy Martin. So not bad field position for the Patriots. They're on top. We've got 2:33 left to go. Patriots 7, Tampa Bay nothing. When we come back on Channel 44, a 32-yard punt.
Sometimes I'm so bad, even I don't like me.
Yeah, me and Bill, we go way back.
Here you're so bad.
What'd I do? What do you want? Got even called a pick.
He's a con man.
No, that's cons.
If nice guys finish last, where does that leave us? Converse, official shoe of the NBA's best and worst.
Hi, I'd like to recommend a new show called 10,000 BC. Stars Clyde and Seymour, couple of great actors, and a real funny supporting cast. It gets my seal of approval.
Now playing at SeaWorld.
Seal of approval.
Want to go to SeaWorld tonight and save lots of money? See all the magic of SeaWorld at night for half the price. Now through August 31st. Sounds great, huh?
Kennedy's alongside as we welcome you back to the Gator Bowl. As you look at the score, and there's still 2:33 left to go in the first quarter. New England 97 yards, Tampa Bay 43 yards. Hey, the Patriots only had, what, 105 total in their first game against Pittsburgh?
And they got shut down. That shows you the difference a week can make with the new coaching staff. This looks nothing like the team Pittsburgh stomped on.
Grogan at quarterback, keeps it on the ground. Stevens again. The last time he had the ball, he went 43 unanswered yards. Eugene Marv on the stop, and good heavens, they've got the wave going.
The Gator, well, they got a pretty good crowd here. Although there's some construction taking place in the upper reaches of the Gator Bowl.
And some destruction down on the Gator Bowl floor. Reuben Davis, number 79, the injured Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Chris Moore, JoJo Patron, the 2 trainers for the Bucs. And, you know, if there's one area that Ray Perkins is really concerned about right now, it's his defensive front. With Davis, Jarvis, Pitt Goff, you have Ray Seals there, Tim Newton, John Cannon is banged up. They're right now looking for more defensive linemen. Everybody in the NFL is at the moment, watching videos of other teams. You'd hate to see Davis get hurt at this juncture.
Well, the one thing that Perkins was talking about this week in practice with you, Paul, was that the defensive front played pretty well. There were some breakdowns by some of the linebackers, but he said not necessarily our young linebackers. 2nd and 9 from the 22. Grogan keeps it on the ground. Penalty flag is down. That'll be holding. Second holding call. Winston Moss was on the stop for the Bucs. Jarvis was being held. Let's see who the culprit was. Gordon McCarter, the veteran referee, number 48. Must be a strange feeling for Ben Dreith, though, to be working as a line judge, huh?
Yeah, you know it has to be. I recall Dreith, he would get on there, get on the PA and say, put 10 seconds back up on that clock.
He would do it rather enthusiastically, too. Ben is a great guy, a lot of fun. You know, all the officials, when you get a chance to meet them outside of the stadium, are a lot of fun.
75 offense, penalty decline, third down. Better hurry.
Red Cashin and his crew stay over at George Steinbrenner's Bay Harbor. Well, here we go. They got the wave going. They would like a football franchise here in 1993. So would Baltimore. So would Memphis. Sacramento. New England now. They've rushed the ball 9 times for 71 yards. Grogan, first down at the 35. Irving Fryar, how do you do?
In double coverage, Grogan gets it done. How can he throw with that neck brace on? But he still does. Watch this. He is on tonight in front of Haddix. There's Marv coming over there, too. It's first down, New England. Grogan has really clicked throwing the ball into coverage.
Irving Fryar in his 7th year out of Nebraska, 8th in club history in receptions. Needs only 14 more to move past Art Graham into the 7th spot. And if he gets 25, he moves past Sam Cunningham. Grogan, 3 out of 4, 41 yards. First and 10 Patriots at their own 35. Fryar in motion. Handoff. Robert Perryman. Whoa. Hole on the right side. Hamilton hanging on.
A tremendous block on the right side. Not only do you have good initial contact at the line of scrimmage, but watch the way that the hole is maintained. Number 75 to the left. Danny Villa, the center, held his block on Jarvis forever to create the gap.
Pretty good block by 44, John Stevens there, too. And there's the disparity. Look at that. Patriots last week, 13 rushes, 23 yards. Tonight, 10 carries, 78 yards. Of course, the big one, 43 by Stevens. Perryman now, 4 carries for 18 yards. Oh, a collision at the 39. Ray Seals.
I'll take out the eraser and start erasing some yardage on that. Seals is in the backfield like a rocket. And not only does he get back there, but he applies a pretty wicked hit, too. Watch this. Hello. Welcome to Jacksonville.
Somebody missed their man, and Seals was there to make John Stevens pay the price. But it's Stevens' 43-yard touchdown run that has the Patriots on top over Tampa Bay, 7-love.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
Can't touch this.
Coming this fall to WTOG.
Can't touch this.
5 nights a week. In September, you'll see.
Can't touch this.
3 hours of comedy. 6 shows in a row.
Can't touch this.
We'll provide the laughs. You bring the remote control.
Break it down.
Growing Pains and Mama's Family kick off the smiles. Who's the Boss with Kick Nally will have you rolling in the aisles. Night Court and Cheers may put you on the floor because no other station can touch this fall on 44.
Tampa, your Home Depot at Brandon Crossing Shopping Center is now bigger and better than ever, with even more of everything to improve your home. All at Home Depot's guaranteed low prices. We carry a variety of WeatherShade premium shade cloths for protection from the hot sun. And powerful Enforcer flea products with Precor break the flea cycle for up to 7 months.
When you're with us at Home Depot, you feel right at home.
The Toyota versus the Isuzu standard pickup. If Earth were invaded by giant reptiles, which would be better prepared?
Get out of here!
Well, first of all, the Isuzu gets better mileage than Toyota. That's helpful. Plus, it has the biggest payload in its class, so it can carry more. All in all, when the giant lizards come, I'd rather be in an Isuzu.
Because it even has more legroom. The Isuzu pickup at just $7,779, there's no comparison.
Oh, yeah, now. It's the right beer now. It's the right beer now. So clean and pure, it's the right beer for sure. Come on, it's a Coors Light. It's the right beer now. Yeah.
at the Gator Bowl. One snap was missed, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Grogan, and actually throwing it down the right sideline. Irving Fryar had spun the cornerback around Haddix and was open. Now let's check the call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, 94 defense, 15 first down.
That's Pig. He came onto the field in a foul state of mind. Pig Golf is here. You don't think that defensive front at the moment is pumped up after having been burned once tonight?
If Pig personal fouls you, you know it.
You've been poked.
14:56 left to go. Grogan stays in at quarterback. He's got Fryar out wide to the right side. McMurtry was in on the last snap. Now it's Hartley Dykes, George Adams, and Jamie Morris. Grogan airborne. Look out. That is a loose football. Patriots cover it at their own 49-yard line. Thomas got through. There he is. Broderick again.
The best way to stop a pocket passer is to crush the pocket, and that is what Broderick Thomas does. The arm was going forward. Thomas was there to take down the 16-year veteran in Grogan. We talked about it a week ago, how much he worked in the weight room in the off-season program to atone for what was a terribly disappointing rookie year. He's an entirely different person, the Bucs are saying, this season.
Said it was actually embarrassing. He spent 14 of his 16 off days in Atlanta. He didn't want to be around town and say, there goes the disappointment. Grogan over the middle. Caught! First down! Marv Cook out of Iowa. Dives across the 30. Down at the 28. Rod Jones hanging on.
You get a tight end on a linebacker, and more times than not, the tight end is going to win. A guy that caught a touchdown pass a week ago up in Montreal, one-on-one, and he hauls it in, working on Eugene Marv, and holds on for the first.
That touchdown pass was from Tommy Hodson out of LSU, a 10-yard toss. There is number 46. Grogan now 4 out of 5, 63 yards. Not ready to surrender the gauntlet just yet to the kid from LSU. At the 28, first and 10, almost a missed exchange. Jamie Morris at the 30. So he'll lose a yard. Second and 11 coming up. And the veteran out of Penn State, Mark Robinson, there on the tackle.
Yeah, the strong safety. Now, what is the strong safety doing almost in the backfield? He was coming from the blind side that time. And all the drills they run, when you get knocked down in football and you get back to your feet, that's exactly what Robinson did. Went down, got back up, made the tackle.
Robinson, of course, came over to the Bucs along with John Bruin in the trade for Steve DeBerg, a member of that Penn State Nittany Lion National Championship team. Joe Paterno's back in 1982. It's second and 11 at the 30. Grogan is getting away. Penalty flags down. This is nothing. Cedric Jones in the left corner of the end zone. Grogan almost had his head ripped off, but that's not the penalty flag. Winston Moss just had Grogan duck underneath, holding in the secondary of Tampa Bay.
It's not been a good night for the defense. And you can see they're pointing it. That was not Winston Moss, obviously, with the holding call. He is the guy that had Grogan dead to rights. They say never leave your feet. And he did. And when you leave your feet, you can't recover. Grogan ducked under him. And watch. Up in the air. Look at all the Bucs. Nobody's around him except the blitzing linebacker. When Grogan gets back to his feet, he heaves, and all the secondary can do is latch on.
Seals hammered that time by George Adams. Good block by the youngster out of Kentucky. Jamie Morris. Boy, they're opening up some big holes on that left side. Johnson was there. He's the man that fell on the fumble. Bruce Armstrong blocking. Randall on the hit.
Jamie Morris, the younger brother of Joe Morris, has to go away to make this team. A Plan B guy, played for Joe Gibbs' Redskins last year. You know, the Patriots, speaking of Plan B, as you look at a very concerned, I'm sure, Ray Perkins, for a team that only went 5-11, Jim, they lost 17 guys to Plan B. 17 guys signed by other ball clubs.
From the 22, second and 6. Grogan. He sends George Adams the other way now with an audible. Better hurry. Changes the count a third time. Oh, Morris again down to the 12. Hamilton first to arrive. Big hole right side. Bowens, VN opened it up.
Watch George Adams, number 33, the lead blocker, to the left of your screen. At the snap of the ball, Kurt Jarvis gets pegged. And whoop, here comes Jamie Morris right through the hole and into the secondary. And it's up to Hamilton to have to make the stop.
So it's 1st and 10. Jamie Morris getting a workout now. New England has rushed 87 yards. Tampa Bay 22. Yardage at the end of the first quarter, 116 for the Patriots. And total yards just 43 for Tampa Bay. That was after the first quarter. Warner in motion the other way. Morris again. Oh, that time Ray Seals snuck through.
And credit as well, the linebacker Winston Moss, too, with stacking up the interference.
Ray Seals said he knows it's important for the defensive line to start coming on and get some sacks. He says he wants to prove to everybody that he can play. He's older. He's more experienced. Working on his technique a little bit. Said it's not a matter of being good. It's a matter of practicing a good technique. Morris now 4 carries, 10 yards. 2nd and 12 from the 13. Patriots knocking on the Bucs' door again. New England leads 7-0. Grogan bends in under Danny Villa. Safety valve. Morris, look out. Slithers down to about the 5.5. Rod Jones, the cornerback, came up.
Well, when you have a wing right formation, a rushing formation, the linebackers, the secondary, have to think run first. But Grogan straight back to pass. Jones does not get over there in time. And it's what, 6, 7, 8 yards?
Yeah, if Rod Jones lays off a back that much, Grogan will work his way right down the field. There are the numbers.
He's about done that, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He got 6 more yards to go here. Not a pretty picture.
Rod Jones might wish he hadn't held out quite so long. Needs some work. 3rd and 5. Morris stood up at the 4. Harry Hamilton. Those are 2 of the tougher yards that Mr. Morris will gain.
Hamilton's been doing it now, Jim, pardon me, for 7 years. Joe Paterno has always grown him tough at the base of Mount Nittany. And Harry Hamilton, the free safety, knows how to play the run. He came up there and passed a pretty good lick.
Hamilton had 6 interceptions and 90 tackles last year. Talks a little bit about the fan reaction to himself and to also Mark Robinson out of Penn State. You know, said the fans don't always know what's going on in the secondary. Sometimes there can be some missed coverage, and it's not always the safety's fault. Hansen will hold. Jason Starofsky will kick it through. That's a chip shot from 21 yards out. And the Patriots are burying the Bucs 10-0. We've got 9:06 left to go before halftime in the Gator Bowl.
What makes a Quaker State engine so tough? One tough motor oil. And being tough takes more than just talking tough. There's a brand that says it's been engineered for smaller engines. Well, Quaker State has been tested tough for small engines. In Japan, in Europe, and in America. In fact, Quaker State has toughed out the most demanding specs for every size engine in every size car sold in the U.S. What makes any size Quaker State engine so tough? Quality engineered Quaker State. The big Q is one tough motor oil.
Dad used to get paid on Thursdays, and every Thursday night I'd sneak downstairs and watch the jar ceremony. So much for groceries, so much for rent. The first jar they always put money into was the jar marked savings. Dad always said, take care of your money will take care of you. I never forgot that.
We've given over 1 million people a better way to save for the future. Glendale Federal Bank, the way a bank should work.
How big is the model year-end clearance at your Gold Star Dodge dealer? Very big, with up to $2,000 cash back on Dodge cars, trucks, and vans. Save big on the widest selection of Daytonas, Dakotas, Spirits, Shadows, and Ram Tough trucks. Buy a new Dodge this weekend and get 2 studio passes to Universal Studios Florida, where you can see the stars and ride the movies. But check in now before it's too late.
Visit Dodge City, St. Petersburg, Kenyon Dodge, Clearwater, Plaza Dodge, Holiday.
Well, this heat has gotten to me. My jacket is history. Don't expect it to bother the New England Patriots. Their trainer told me it's been very warm at their campsite in Rhode Island. All they've done is bring plenty of water and ice towels, and they're not worried about this heat at all. Jim?
There'll be some heat on the Bucs at halftime. They've only got 43 yards. New England 150, and it's a 10-0 game. Starofsky just kicked that 21-yard field goal. Cobb is back deep, along with Derek Douglas. Here's the kick. It is high, it is end over end, and it's not very deep. It's Cobb at the 11. Look out. He is one man away from going all the way. And that was the kicker, Starofsky.
A little soccer-style trip there to bring him down. Right back up the middle. Good blocking. Quick feet by Cobb. Dodging tacklers. Now watch little Starofsky, number 4. Trip. And down he goes.
Where's
It should be a flag, obviously.
I mean, that's pretty blatant. 35-yard kickoff return for Cobb. 14 plays, 76 yards. They used 8:27, the Patriots did, and they lead it 10-0. Carrier stays in along with Frank Pillow. Anderson knifes his way up near the 49-yard line, a pickup of a long 3, and Tardit's on the stop. There's the scoring drive that we just alluded to, and you've got a little story about Starofsky.
Well, Starofsky, the kicker, as you see time of possession, the big note there, keeping Testaverde and Anderson and the young guns on the bench. Jason Starofsky, Jim, won his kicking job during minicamp. He took it away from a veteran. In fact, Rod Russ held his place kicking and punting competition.
Vinny will have all day on the counter across to the tight end. Hall hammers his way down inside the 35. Tippett hanging on.
I guess when going at him directly won't work, how about some trickery or deceit? Start right? No. Come back left. The linebackers are going the other way, and that means that Hall is going to be open, coming back this way on the drag. Good pickup.
And from that angle, you saw Jesse Anderson, who lined up at the tight end spot on the left, clear out that zone. Hall goes underneath. Vinny is 5 out of 7 for 38 yards. Anderson. Gary dives inside the 30, upended at the 28. Fred Marion, the veteran, the ex-Hurricane out of Miami of Florida, originally a 5th-round pick of New England back in '82.
Nice lead blocking by Bruce Perkins, number 32, to kick out Tippett. And Anderson with great speed right behind him before Marion can deliver a shot. He is one of 9 guys that the Patriots have that is at least 30 years of age.
Anderson now, 5 carries, 24 yards. Cobb the lone running back. Anderson and Hall are the tight ends. Loose football. New England. No, the Bucs have got it. There were 2 Patriots at the 18-yard line. Carrier, who fumbled the ball earlier, trailing the play, fell on the loose ball, but there were 2 New England Patriots that had a shot at it.
We may get a holding call here against the Bucs, too. Okay.
The flag was used as a marker for the fumble. The flag should have been used when Starofsky tripped up Cobb on the kickoff.
Watch here. See if you don't see Bucs grabbing at Pats and Pats after Bucs when the ball comes loose inexplicably because he wasn't touched. Loose ball up, squirts the wrong way, and it's a Buccaneer who falls on it.
McSwain forced the fumble, and 56, Andre Tippett had a chance. Might have been kicked. 1st and 10 from the 20 of New England. Bucs deepest penetration. Pillow motions, top of your screen. Vinny, safety valve to Reggie. Cobb back at the line of scrimmage. Almost lost the football. McSwain first to arrive.
The 7th-year cornerback out of Clemson, who started 4 games a year ago, the former Falcon. That's a play that the Patriots, as limited as they have scouted the Bucs for this preseason game, knew was in Vinny's arsenal this year. It's a play that the Bucs are going to use a lot, the swing pass on the flat.
Anderson 32, or Anderson 40 and Perkins 32. As Bruce checks in now. Carrier wide to the left, Pillow top of your screen. Vinny looks at 2nd and 10 from the 20. That'll bring up 3rd and 5. Perkins out of Arizona State. Nice carry, and Richard Harvey out of Tulane on the tackle.
A tribute to how aggressively the Patriots are playing on defense is the fact that Vinny has gone to the counter rollout And now here the draw, trying to counteract that aggressiveness on the part of New England.
The Bucs are 1 for 3 on third down conversions. 3rd and 5 from the 15. Carrier deployed wide to the right. Pillows in the slot. Perkins and Anderson are the running back. Charles Jackson, the nose tackle, might have encroached.
5 and a first.
There's a very patient man. He was not discouraged after they were hammered by the Steelers. He has a plan, and he will stick to it. He will not be ruffled.
A guy in his second tenure with this club. He's the fellow that Ron Meyer tried to fire about 4 or 5 years ago, and the players and management wouldn't let it happen. They brought him in, and he continued on, and now is the head man here.
He was one of many that Ron Meyer tried to fire. Anderson dances and won't win any contest. Harvey sealed it off and did a nice job.
Tom McHale, the left guard, number 73, trying to pull. Couldn't get it done. Taylor over on the right side, the tackle 2. And they lose yardage.
Ground level at the Gator Bowl. Very enthusiastic crowd, and of course, why not? They know that the NFL watching, thinking about expansion in a couple of years. Anderson now, 6 carries, 23 yards. Of course, those expansion teams will be announced 2 years before they actually enter the league.
But the politicking is being done right now at very high levels.
2nd and 11. Testaverde fires, caught out of bounds at the 6. Bruce Perkins chased out by Tardis.
Tardis playing out of the left linebacker slot. The Frenchman, the former Phoenix Cardinal development guy who came to the Pats in the offseason, one-on-one, and with the angle. Harvey, or rather Perkins, pardon me, makes the catch, goes out of bounds.
So it's 3rd and 6. Obviously, this is the Bucs' deepest penetration. We've got 3:25 left, time winding down in the first half. Hope you're enjoying the game on Channel 44 and around the great state of Florida. Slot to the left. Carrier outside. Pillow inside. Anderson's in motion. Patriots offside. It's a free play. Bruce Perkins, boy, did he accelerate once he caught the ball. Now the Patriots almost quit on the play.
They did quit on the play. Half of them were standing around, and the Bucs, as you said, had a free chip, and they used it.
Andre Tippett jumped offside.
And what that is Vinny becoming wily, barking out and changing his cadence. They say Vinny Testaverde is so much more confident this year in training camp, so much more poised. The whole club has been expressing that new attitude, and it's really personified in number 14. And there is a case in which he changed his count, and the linebacker jumped.
Offside, defensive right tackle, penalty accepted, repeat 3rd down.
One of the things, Paul, as you know, that Vinny has said this year, he's about to join the company of Joe Montana and Dan Marino and Bernie Kosar. He said, I need this year to play better. I'll be right there with those players. He said, this is going to be a big year. You'll see. And he said that early, even before training camp. 3rd and 3 from the 3. Motion by Pillow. Pillow chopped down. He was the intended receiver. Perkins has got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Second effort. Got him into the end zone. Watch this. Curious that the Bucs would have to go to the air 3 yards away from the end zone. The play is nearly broken down. And watch Perkins. 1 hit, 2 hits, refuses with the limp leg to go down. And they say that the ball broke the plane of the goal line. Just inside the pylon.
Tardis and Coleman were over there. Perkins with great effort. Fred Marion was also there. Try for point coming up. It's Christie again. Bad snap. Snap was low. So with 2:40 left to go, we'll take a timeout. Tampa Bay trailing New England 10-6.
Pizza Hut Delivery presents the $4 pizza deal.
Wait a minute. What you're telling me is our first pizza is...
Regular price.
And up to 4 more pizzas are each?
$4.
What about a pepperoni lovers?
Regular price.
And a sausage pizza?
$4.
How about 3 Super Supremes?
Regular price, $4, $4.
5 meat lovers pizza?
Regular price, $4, $4, $4, $4.
For a limited time, first pizza regular price up to 4 more, just $4 each.
Okay, how about 3 Supremes, a stealth bomber, and a pepperoni lovers?
Regular price, $4, $4, $500 million, $4.
Wouldn't it be great if suddenly you were starring in a Hollywood movie with the ever-popular and famous Vava Lavoon? And wouldn't it be great if Vava brought beer? Really great beer like Keystone, the fresh, cold-filtered beer in a can that tastes like beer in a bottle because of Keystone's specially lined can. And wouldn't it be great if Vava really fell for you? Cold-filtered Keystone and Keystone Light. Bottled beer taste in a can. Wouldn't that be great?
Deep for the Patriots. Another look, the snap a little bit low. Royals, the punter. Let's watch.
Normally, Chris Moore, who is home this week, would be handling the placement chores.
And coming through was 96 Brent Williams out of Toledo, the 5-year veteran who's 6'4". As you look at the scoring drive, capped off by Bruce Perkins, and that 3-yard touchdown run. Christie to kick off. At the 1, Sammy Martin. Well, if Ray Perkins wasn't happy with the kick coverage last week against Cincinnati, he won't be very happy tonight either. Up across the 33-yard line. And finally, the tackle. 1st and 10 when we come back, and the Patriots leading the Bucs by 4.
Jimmy Wilson stopping for Tampa Bay. 1st down, New England.
For $21,050, you not only get all these items, but this handsome carrying case as well. Presenting the Lexus ES250. Come in for a test drive at Lexus of Tampa Bay.
When you're the legend in steak, there are some rules you follow. Never lower your standards. Guarantee a great steak every time. And give people that something extra, like our famous prime rib dinner. Just $8.95 every Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday night. Prime rib, baked potato, and salad bar. Just $8.95 every Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday night. At the place that wrote the rules about steak, Steak and Ale.
Sound Advice radically reduces its prices during its 16th annual August clearance sale. It'll make your head spin. All Sound Advice prices drastically cut on closeout, special purchases, overstocks, and thousands of scratch and dent items. Save 40% on Kenwood audio systems. Save $200 on Toshiba 26-inch stereo TVs. Get $200 off Panasonic full-size camcorders. And save 61% on factory reconditioned Kenwood car AM/FM CD players.
These are the lowest prices I ever saw.
You know, we often hear about the competition at the linebacker spot for the Buccaneers, but throughout the offensive possession by the Bucs, the veteran linebackers spent the whole time talking to some of the young guys like Broderick Thomas. So a great deal of competition, yes, but also a great deal of teamwork. Jim?
All right, Bob, you're about to see the most prolific passer in the history of the Southeastern Conference. Selected 3rd in the 1990 draft, the 59th selection overall. Tommy Hodson in at quarterback for the Patriots. And that is James Gray. Loose football. It's the one to the Bucs. Wayne Haddock.
Well, the guys in orange flew to the football this time. Haddock falls on it, but watch the lick that causes it to be coughed up. Looks like a routine play. Bouncing outside, he has watched the strip, the big poke, and out she comes right there. Looks to be Harry Hamilton, if not Mark Robinson, that kicked it out with his right hand, and the Bucs have the ball.
Ray Seals was also over there, number 98. So it's 1st and 10. Tampa Bay spotted just inside the 27 of New England. And the new quarterback. Well, we haven't seen David Smith. Got a couple of SEC guys going against each other. Gary Anderson gets away. Oh, 7 yards, and he was stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Coleman on the tackle.
Yeah, and I guess with Anderson being from Arkansas, you could count him now as an SEC guy, too, with Arkansas joining the conference.
Well, we're at the 2-minute warning. New England 10, Tampa Bay 6, but the Bucks knocking on the door.
2-minute warning.
Get into a new thing. Hot wings.
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Looks great, Dave. When's she gonna let you drive it?
Hot wings.
New Hot Wings from Kentucky Fried Chicken. Pick up Hot Wings brand chicken at Kentucky Fried Chicken and enter the Fall Football Frenzy sponsored by Kentucky Fried Chicken and WTOG Channel 44. Win a trip to New Orleans to see the Bucks play the Saints, including airfare, game tickets, and lodging for 2. Enter today.
When I look at this picture, it takes me back. I see the kids, I hear the sounds. With this, he'll always be my little boy. You think I'd trust that picture to just anybody? I take my film to Walmart.
At Walmart, your pictures are always handled with care. You get Kodak Color Watch quality at a low Walmart price. Because some things happen only once.
Hi, Mom.
And some things are always. Walmart Photo Finishing in the camera department.
Think of it as a summit of the best. It must be designed classic European styling. It must be as big as it is beautiful. Motor Trend. Buick engineers have come up with one of the quietest, tightest, smoothest operating luxury sedans we have ever driven. Right up there with Lexus 400. It will be a Buick. Park Avenue. Park Avenue at your Florida Buick dealers. A summit of the best.
The Swashbucklers, as we say hello again from the Gator Bowl on Channel 44. And don't forget, we'll be at the Kingdome in Seattle. The Seahawks up next. That'll be on Friday night, and that'll be a late start.
Ought to be a lot of fun out there.
Hope you'll join us as we'll see Chuck Knox.
Slim Chuck Knox.
Like what the Boz had to say. Brian Bosworth, the ex-Seahawk, after he collected all his money, wants a movie career now. I'll tell you the story in a second. It's 2nd and 2 from the 19. Bobbled snap. Smith falls on it. And the Bucks maintain possession. It'll be 3rd and 3. Bosworth, of course, the mouth from Oklahoma, took all that money. Played about, let's take another look at the missed exchange.
Veteran center Randy Grimes, the newcomer, David Smith. When you change quarterbacks, so many other things change. And Grimes did a pretty good job of keeping the nose tackle Jackson away from the football. You'd love to see David Smith punch it into the end zone here. A guy who has really worked hard.
3rd and 3 from the 20. Backs are split. Smith backpedals. David fires in the flat. Caught and dropped. Reggie Cobb wide open. Had it in the breadbasket. Not Smith's fault.
Yeah, right between the threes, wasn't it? David put it right where he had to. They've been saying that David Smith works hard, has been in Ray Perkins' system, obviously, for a while, having played for him at Alabama. Hopefully, and certainly from David's perspective, he'll get another shot, but we're expecting Chandler in the second half.
Well, Steve Christie last week, 3 for 3 in the field goal department. Actually, was 4 for 4. Remember, one was taken off the board as the Bucks selected to keep the ball and keep a drive alive. Out of the hold of Mark Royals, he bobbled the last snap on a PAT. This, a 37-yarder, is airmail. So the Bucks draw to within 1. 1:19 left to go before halftime. New England 10, Tampa Bay 9. We'll come right back on Channel 44, live from the Gator Bowl.
One of the biggest blockbusters of the summer is not an action-adventure movie or a sci-fi thriller. In fact, it's not even playing at your local movie theater. It's at your local Subaru dealer. It's the Subaru Summer Blockbuster. Talk about a powerful performance. You can get the Subaru Legacy L automatic sedan with air conditioning, cruise control, and AM/FM stereo cassette at spectacular savings. The Subaru Summer Blockbuster. This one is a must-see.
Visit Bayview Subaru, Danny Norris Subaru, Lee Regatt Subaru, Lindell Subaru.
At GTE, we're always looking for trouble. Our 24-hour trouble analysis center constantly monitors your phone lines, looking for problems. If we find one, we can fix it quickly, whether it's a small one or a larger one. You see, at GTE, it's not just communications we offer. It's solutions.
Shoney's invite you to our boiled shrimp feast. All you can eat. Peel and eat. Now, for a limited time, Shoney's brings you all the succulent boiled shrimp you can eat each Monday and Tuesday night from 4 to 10 p.m. Dinner includes your choice of rice, French fries, or baked potato, served with dinner bread, plus our famous soup, salad, and fruit bar. Shoney's all you can eat. Peel and eat boiled shrimp, only $7.99. You're gonna love it. Monday and Tuesday nights only. Only at Shoney's.
Paul Kennedy, you'd have to say that Donald Igwe-Buike had a kicking job when the camp opened up. That's what Ray Perkins said. He said, honestly, I think it's probably going to be Iggy, but one area we have to improve is on our kickoffs. We want to get the ball deeper into the end zone. You couldn't ask for any more than what this man has done.
He has done all you've wanted and more. The blocked PAT was not his fault. Let's see if he can once again kick it over the head of Sammy Martin.
Like what Perkins said, he said if the kickoff man does his job and can kick it deep into the end zone, you won't need field goals. You'll have good field position. This one is not very deep at the 10. Sammy Martin again. The 20. Up to the 24 and upended there. That ran only 4 seconds off the clock. We've got 75 ticks left from the Gator Bowl before halftime. When we come back, the Patriots have the ball, and they've got a 1-point lead.
Get it while it's hot, Tampa Bay. Buddy Buy Right, Florida's rent-to-own leader, is serving up some of the hottest products at sizzling summer prices. Grab yourself a beautiful 25-inch color television with remote control for just $13.95 per week. Or you can rent-to-own this heavy-duty washer for just $11.95 per week. 100-watt stereo systems from $13.95 per week. Buddy Buy Right offers instant approval with no credit check. Get on down to any of Buddy Buy Right's 15 locations today. Buddy Buy Right, Florida's first choice in rent-to-own.
It's your Bay Area Chevrolet Geo dealer Summer Scorcher, and it won't get any hotter than this. With extra shipments and bigger factory incentives, now is the time to buy a new Chevy truck. Looking for a 4-door F10 Blazer? Take advantage now of up to $1,600 factory cash back. Right now, before trade, own a 1991 4-door F10 Blazer from just $15,379. $15,379. Don't miss this Summer Scorcher. See one of your Bay Area Chevrolet Geo dealers today.
Discover a whole new dimension in bowling. Enter an exciting world of entertainment featuring automatic scoring, restaurants, billiards, game rooms, and free child care. Guaranteed excitement and fun for everyone. Experience it all now during Dollar Days with big discounts on bowling, food, FC, and more. Pick up your free Dollar Days coupon book at one of these space-age entertainment centers today. You, your family, and friends can see big during Dollar Days.
Pretty good workout for the Swashbucklers. The Bucs have drawn to within 1. They trail New England 10-9. They were down 10-zip. The Buccaneers scoring drive, 4 plays, 7 yards, and that 37-yard field goal by Christie.
Thanks to a quickly recovered fumble. And the Bucs, after being dominated, honestly, Jim, throughout much of the first half, right back in there.
Well, let's see what Tommy Hodson can do with 75 seconds left. He works with George Adams and James Gray in the backfield. He will fire. Caught! That's Fryar. On a spin-in, up at the 35-yard line. They're into their 2-minute drill. Wayne Haddock's on the coverage for the Bucs.
If we were in Tiger Stadium, it would be rocking. A fella who shattered Southeastern Conference and LSU marks can really throw the ball, and he gets it away with a quick release.
How good was Tommy Hodson? When he was a junior, he was named a permanent captain.
Got a play from the sideline that he was not sure about. Rod Russ says what they'd like to do ideally is have Mark Wilson, the former Raider, be their starting quarterback, Grogan, the veteran backup. Wilson is not here. And Hodson, a development guy. Now, there are no longer any development squads, so he'd be the third-string guy, hold the clipboard, and learn this year. He was redshirted his first year at LSU. They'd like to, quote-unquote, redshirt him this year. Whether or not they're able to get that done with the way quarterbacks take a pounding remains to be seen.
Tommy Hodson, 12th on the NCAA all-time list in passing yardage and total offense. He holds 19 LSU records, 6 Southeastern Conference records. He passed for 9,115 yards in his career, and he was the first 9,000-yard passer in SEC history. And there's some pretty good quarterbacks come out of the SEC, boys.
Pretty good quarterbacks at LSU. Burt Jones, Y.A. Tittle. He had a great Gator Bowl a couple of years ago against South Carolina.
From the 36, the delay, Ray Seals pounces on the ball carrier, James Gray out of Texas Tech.
It was lunchtime on that right tackle, David Vian. Seals just mauled him to get in the backfield.
Kind of a strange play call from your own 36. Now Hodson will go up top. Misfires out of the backfield for Kurt Warner out of Georgia, the rookie. But that ball was overthrown. Tommy Hodson said, excuse me, Paul, after his game against Pittsburgh, he was a little disappointed in his own performance. He said that one of the things he thought he would do better was to hang into the pocket. He had nervous feet. He would not look over to the second and the third receiver, and that's the thing the coaches are looking for Hodson in tonight's game.
Well, he was sacked 5 separate times by Pittsburgh. So he got a pretty good working over in Montreal.
Chuck Noll, in his 22nd year as the head coach in Pittsburgh. 3rd and 10 from the 36. Hey, the Bucs could get the ball back. Hodson, look out. Chased out of the pocket, steps up, puts up a floater. Fair catch. Fryar! Now Fryar fumbles the ball. Tampa Bay's got it at the 22. There must be a full moon. Fryar came back, sandwiched in between 2 Buck defenders, caught the ball. It then was stripped loose, and Eric Everett fell on the loose ball.
Watch this. Eludes one tackler as he gets away from Broderick Thomas, heaves it downfield. Fryar comes back for it against Hamilton along with Jones. Then Hamilton will poke it free. Haddock's there too, and it belongs indeed to the Bucs as it's fallen on by Eric Everett. All that work for nothing?
Who was Rod Jones covering? He was 3 yards off the play.
Been a tough first half for Rod.
Like I said, he might wish he had held out a little less, or maybe not at all. Anderson did all that on his own. The stutter step at the 20, and he picked up 5, and that'll do it for the first half.
Houdini got out of the box, didn't it?
It was New England going up on top by a score of 7-0 as time winds down. They scored on their second possession. A 43-yard touchdown run by John Stevens, who just ran through the Bucs linebacking and secondary corps on a brilliant broken field run that also included some sloppy tackling by Tampa Bay. At that point, the Patriots had rushed the ball for 75 yards. They had 116 yards total offense to Tampa Bay's 43 yards total offense. That came with 7:34 left to go in the first. 7-0 New England. Then John Starosky made it 10-0 Patriots on a 21-yard field goal. That closed out the New England scoring at 9:06 left on the clock in the first half. Bruce Perkins, a 3-yard touchdown run, a nice drive by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They closed to within 4. And then Christie on a 31-yard field goal try made it 10-9, and that's where we are at halftime.
The attitude certainly much more focused from a Buccaneer perspective in the latter stages of this first half than it was early. It was as if the Bucs were very familiar with the fact that the Patriots were beaten, battered, and bewildered. But New England came out here, took it to the Bucs, and I can still see Stevens streaking down that right sideline untouched. Breaking, well, not untouched, but running through tacklers.
If there was a star of the game defensively for Tampa Bay early on, it certainly was number 51, eh?
Yeah, Broderick Thomas. He was everywhere, playing with intensity. It's going to be a big second year for him. I'm confident of that.
Let's go down on the sidelines and check in now with Channel 44's Bob Alvarez.
Well, thank you, Jim. In the first half, I think Ray Perkins would have liked to get a better situational look at quarterback David Smith. But Chandler's expected to play in the second half, so that's all we may see from Smith here in the first half. Jim?
I think that we'll see a little bit more of David Smith. Don't you, Paul?
I would think rather than 3 downs and out and Reggie Cobb didn't do him any favors dropping that pass open in the flat. It would be fair to David to give him another chance.
Patriots led 10-0. Then the Bucs scored 9 unanswered points. That's where we are at halftime when we come back to the Gator Bowl on Channel 44.
Can't touch this.
Coming this fall to WTOG.
Can't touch this.
Every night at 8, the stars are yours to see.
Can't touch this.
We've got premieres, hot tickets, and more.
Can't touch this.
Go to the movies with your 44.
Break it down.
Nicholson, Stallone, and Bronson are here with Murphy, Whoopi, Goldie, and Gere. See Turner, Willis, Keaton, and more. No other station can touch. This fall on 44.
The Florida home faces America's toughest bug problem. So ARAB uses the cleanest, most effective methods to rid your home of little crawling things. So bigger crawling things are safer to roam. ARAB, we get the bugs out of Florida living. It's really easy to make a Florida lawn bug-free, green, and healthy. All you have to do is call True Green and simply add water. True Green, we are true to our word.
At the Legend in Steak, prime rib is a tradition. And every Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday night, it's just $8.95. Our famous prime rib dinner, salad bar, baked potato, just $8.95 Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday at Steak and Ale.
Who are you? Who are you?
Yeah.
Win a new Isuzu Rodeo. Also, Bucks game tickets, Bucks shirts, hats, and telephones from GTE Phone Mart. Watch the Buck Report with Ray Perkins and stop by participating Isuzu dealers for details. You're watching WTOG Channel 44, your home for the best movies and more.
You can't touch this.
Coming this fall to WTOG.
You can't touch this.
5 nights a week. In September, you'll see.
You can't touch this.
3 hours of comedy. 6 shows in a row.
You can't touch this.
We'll provide the laughs. You bring the remote control.
Break it down.
Growing Pains and Mama's Family kick off the smiles. Who's the Boss with Kate Nally will have you rolling in the aisles. Night Court and Cheers may put you on the floor because no other station can touch. This fall on 44. This fall, the comedies are only on WTOG. When you're looking for fun, your 44's got the hottest lineup of laughs Tampa Bay has ever seen. Growing Pains. The only cure for Seaver fever is a healthy dose of laughs taken 5 times a week by the whole family. Doctor's orders. Mama's Family. Vicki Lawrence is cooking up laughs and trouble each weeknight this fall. It's a recipe for fun and you'll want to taste. Who's the Boss? This fall, Tony Danza moves in and cleans up with the laughs. It's the premiere of Who's the Boss? Monday through Friday right here on Your 44. Kate and Allie. Jane Curtin and Susan St. James are modern-day moms raising 2 families with 3 kids under one roof. It all adds up to fun each weeknight this fall. Night Court. The land's looniest lawyers converge on the craziest court in the country. The verdict is in, and 5 nights a week, Night Court is guilty of first-degree comedy. Cheers! They're back, so belly up to the bar where everybody knows your name. This fall, Ted Danson and the gang are serving laughs on the house. So 5 times a week, tune into the comedies on WTOG, because the nighttime is the right time for fun on 44.
You can't touch this.
Coming this fall to WTOG.
You can't touch this.
Every night at 8, the stars are yours to see.
You can't touch this.
We've got premieres, hot tickets, and more.
You can't touch this.
Go to the movies with your 44.
Break it down.
Nicholson, Stallone, and Bronson are here with Murphy, Whoopi, Goldie, and Gere. See Turner, Willis, Keaton, and more. No other station can touch. This fall on 44. In September, in October, in November, in December, the 8 o'clock movie sizzles on WTOG. The premiere of The Blob, Silverado, Nadine, 48 Hours. The premiere of Sunset, Chisholm, Chinatown, Peggy Sue Got Married, The Stepfather. The premiere of Fatal Beauty, Death Wish, Short Circuit, Trading Places, the premiere of The Couch Trip, Iron Eagle, An Officer and a Gentleman, Mr. Mom, the premiere of The Seventh Sign, Risky Business, Nighthawks, The Three Amigos, Revenge of the Nerds, Against All Odds. Every week, every night, the most movies, the hottest stars. Tampa Bay goes to the movies. on your 44.
All this and the quality of the mercury.
Because when the heat's on, you know how to cool off.
It's the right beer now.
Because when you start a beer here, you have a clear advantage.
It's the right beer now.
If you really know how to cap off an evening, reach for the taste of the silver bullet, the one that won't slow you down.
Coors Light. It's the right beer now.
Participating sponsors for tonight's game are SeaWorld of Orlando, Coors, featuring Coors Light and Keystone, Busch Gardens, the Dark Continent, Tampa, and by Home Depot, where low prices are just the beginning.
Back at the Gator Bowl on Channel 44. Paul Kennedy's here. Bob Alvarez patrols the sidelines. I'm Jim Kelly. Hope you're enjoying preseason game number 2. Our score at halftime, New England 10, the Bucs 9. It was 10-zip New England. Then the Bucs with 9 straight points. We'd be tied 10-all were it not for a bobbled snap on a point after. Not Steve Christie's fault. In fact, he did pretty well. In fact, Royals did pretty well to get the snap back and put it down. Christie got it up, and it was blocked by the Patriots. So 10-9, that's where we are at halftime right now. The Patriots on their second possession capped off a 59-yard drive with a great run by John Stevens. Stevens, number 44, carried the ball 4 times against the Pittsburgh Steelers and coughed it up twice. But then he went 43 yards. We've got it here. Let's take a look.
We'll have it in a moment, I would think.
So then, John Starowski kicked a field goal for the Patriots, 21 yards. That made it 10-0. Bruce Perkins, a 3-yard run, and the Bucs then had that bobbled snap. They drew to within 4, and then Steve Christie kicked yet another field goal. Now that we've got a little time, Paul, let's talk a little bit about the kicking game. The fact that Igwe Buike is now, I think we can say, really being pressured by Steve Christie. I mean, I think his job is in jeopardy.
Christie said yesterday that if he is not going to kick in Tampa, he would ask that the coaching staff release him as soon as they could, because he is now convinced that he can kick in the National Football League. It'll be interesting to see if this continues for Christie this evening. What happens in the final 2 games? The Bucs come down to that final cut. They've got to make a tough choice. Do you keep Christie, the youngster, just starting his career, or do you keep a guy in his 6th year, a fellow who has kicked some last-second field goals as the gun's gone off to win? And Igwe Buike. That'll be a tough call.
Igwe Buike would last on the waiver wire, what, about 2-3 seconds?
2 or 3 seconds, as would Mr. Stevens.
Here he goes, 43 yards, a couple of broken tackles. There's Jones. He misses.
Yeah, a bunch of guys in orange jersey missed. I really felt and sensed that the Bucs weren't ready to play when the Pats popped that TD.
And then Vinny, he was looking. Carrier held up at the line of scrimmage. So was Frank Pillow. There's the tight end, Jesse Anderson. He's held up and delays and releases. And then the safety valve to Perkins. And watch the effort. Breaks 1, breaks 2, and then dives after being hit at the 2 into the end zone.
Was that a touchdown or not? Well, they said it was. And Christie, no doubt about this, 37-yard shot right down the middle.
So that's 10-9. That's where we are at halftime. And in the second half, we expect to get our first look at Chris Chandler.
Which should be super to see Chandler. And in talking to Mike Shula, he says Chandler is ready this evening. He has a great grasp of the concept that they're running in Tampa Bay.
Time of possession was heavily in favor of the Patriots early on, just about dead even. The turnovers 3 against the Patriots, 1 against Tampa Bay. Carrier's fumble. 10 first downs to 7 total yards, but only 1 point on the scoreboard.
Yeah, that's when you look at time possession or time of possession, you think it'd be more decidedly in favor of the Pats. Half of that time of possession came on one drive, the 8-minute plus march, managed by Grogan, who played extremely well, wouldn't you say, in the first half?
Grogan did. He was 5 out of 6, 71 yards. And a 22-yarder was his longest. Hodson was 2 out of 3 for 49 yards. Jason Starosky kicks it, and Reggie Cobb is back deep. At the 13, Tony Citizen. Citizen explodes across the 30, the 35, and upended at the 39-yard line. So the Bucs get great field position. Down in the tackle, Brian Hudson, number 36 for the Pats. Nice return by Citizen.
The rookie free agent out of McNeese State, whose play on special teams will go a long way to whether or not he's around in September. Nearly popped one there. And you can see the Bucs got off to the very slow start and then warmed up before the half. And here comes number 17 by way of Indianapolis.
A 27-yard kickoff return. There is Chris Chandler in his 3rd year out of Washington. 6'4", 218. He's got Reggie Cobb and John Harvey in the backfield. It'll be Reggie. Tim Goad hanging on, blocking up front by Bruin, by Taylor, and by Grimes.
And some lead blocking, too, on that right side. A great deal different from what he had in the first half. Mayberry is your new center as well. The rookie out of Wake Forest, number 61, who has really caught the eye of Perkins and company.
There's what Reggie did in the first half. 2nd and 4 from the 45 of Tampa Bay. Might this be Chandler's first pass in a Buccaneers jersey? Not yet. Doing the high hurdles goes Reggie Cobb up near the 48-yard line. You know the story on Chandler. He came over from the Colts. The trade was on. It was off. Then it finally was back on again. Ray Perkins said the trade for Chandler, not designed to create any kind of a quarterback controversy in Tampa Bay. He said, I didn't bring him in here to have a quarterback duel. He's here. He'll be here. He'll be ready to play. We're going to get him ready. And we'll have 2 quality quarterbacks. But Vinny is our starting quarterback, period. End of sentence.
He has been working with Mike Shula on a corner of the practice field to memorize the signals being relayed from the sideline as he grasps the new terminology.
Bucs are 2 for 5 on 3rd down conversions. Lars Tate and Jamie Lawson are in there. It is Lars Tate out of Georgia fighting desperately for a spot on this roster. Rembert made the tackle.
You say fighting desperately, you're absolutely right. If I am a wagering soul, I say Perkins and Cobb are your 2 upbacks. Anderson and Harvey are locks to make this team, and you're going to keep 2 more running backs. And that's going to come from Stamps, Tate, Douglas, Citizen, Mitchell, DeWitt. He really has to go away to stick around.
Well, almost a free play. It's 4th and an inch, and Ray Perkins will catch some boos on this call.
Well, football is a game of field position more than anything else. Kick it deep. Either they turn it over or you're going to get it right back at midfield. And you get a chance, too, to see what Royals can do as well as the other guys trying to impress you on special teams.
Sammy Martin is back deep. There he is in the center of your screen. Royals averaged about 40 yards plus. His longest 45 last week against the Bengals. How about a fake? You don't like that call.
It'd be great.
No
hey,
response.
after the Fryar catch in the first half, I believe anything.
Royals bangs a beauty, hangs it high. Martin, fair catches at the 15. 12:31 left to go in the 3rd. Patriots on top over Tampa Bay by 1 when we come back to the Gator Bowl live on Channel 44.
Pizza Hut Delivery presents the $4 pizza deal.
Hold the phone. You tell me our first pizza is
Regular price.
and up to 4 more pizzas are each?
$4.
What about a pepperoni lover?
Regular price.
And a supreme?
$4.
5 meat lover pizzas.
Regular price, $4, $4, $4, $4.
For a limited time, first pizza regular price up to 4 more, just $4 each.
Sure, how about 3 supremes, an NFL franchise, and a pepperoni lover's pizza?
Regular price, $4, $4, $500 million, $4.
She knows her bucks.
Dew Cadillac in downtown St. Petersburg is proud to be a part of the Cadillac Summer Invitational. During this prestigious event, Cadillac is providing thousands of dollars in cash incentives on all 1990 Cadillacs. Do combine these incentives with their low overhead discounts for the lowest new Cadillac price of the year. Today through Thursday, brand new Coupe de Villes from only $22,850. Join the celebration. At $22,850, this Cadillac is now in your driving range, but only through Thursday. Dew Cadillac, downtown St. Petersburg.
The game of football seems simple on the field, but off the field, the business of football isn't. Because players depend on trainers. Trainers depend on assistant coaches. Assistant coaches depend on the head coach. The head coach depends on the front office. All of them depend on communications. And that's why the NFL and its teams depend on GTE. Now, isn't that the kind of support your business should depend on? GTE, the telecommunications consultant to the NFL.
He will become the first Patriot to play 16 years. In his 16th year out of Kansas State, Steve Grogan. We've talked about his passing. How about his running? He's 9th in club history in rushing yardage. And how many times has he had that knee cut open?
12 separate knee operations, 3 neck operations. That's why he wears the horse collar. You know, he's rushed for 35 touchdowns in his career. And think of all the guys he's played with. Hodson was 7 years old when Grogan broke into the National Football League.
And the first passer to throw for over 2,000 yards in SEC history, 4 straight seasons, hands it off. James Gray around that left side and nothing doing. Yeah, let's talk about Steve Grogan, 16 years. Well, we'll do that in just a second. Let's take a look at the Patriots' possession. They fumbled, then they scored on the touchdown run by John Stevens, then they scored on Starowski's field goal, and that's it. Then they coughed it up 2 more times. So 5 possessions. They've turned it over 3.
And that's a ball-hungry defense that caused the last 2.
2nd and 6 from the 19. Quick snap over the left side. Blocking by Johnson and by Armstrong goes George Adams again. Well, they've thrown a lot of quarterbacks at Steve Grogan. Jim Plunkett's name comes to mind.
Ray Perkins was coaching the wide receivers when Plunkett and Grogan were the 2 QBs. You had Eason as recently as last year. How about the little big man, Doug Flutie, who was there until heading north of the border to Canada.
He only did that as a prelude to opening up that restaurant. 3rd and 4 from the 21. Hodson slings it to the right. Incomplete. Intercepted. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Eric Everett. The ball was thrown in the direction of Sammy Martin, and Eric Everett goes 33 yards. Guess who was in the backfield? Maybe blocking the vision of Hodson. Yep, number 51, there he is, Broderick Thomas.
6 tackles in the first half. It was thrown right on the money to Martin, his old battery mate at LSU, and these visitors from Boston have brought gifts. 3 fumbles, and now a touchdown the other way.
Eric Everett had 4 interceptions, 1 for a touchdown last year. The extra point by Steve Christie out of the hold of Mark Royals, and that touchdown puts the Bucs on top for the first time in the game. We'll come back and show it to you again. The ball deflected off the hands of Sammy Martin, and Everett goes in for the touch.
Friday night, the Buccaneers are gonna be banging heads. 9 p.m. The preseason continues for the Bucs with a sizzler in Seattle. Buccaneers Seahawks. The Kingdom will be rocking when Ray Perkins and the 1990 Bucs go head-to-head with Chuck Knox and the Seahawks. Live. Strap on your helmets because you're so close to the action, you might get hit. WTOG. Friday night at 9 on your 44.
One Top Motor Oil announces one top guarantee. Ask your participating service center about Quaker State's top lubrication guarantee. 250,000 miles or 10 years. Register your new car absolutely free at a participating service center. Use only Quaker State. Have oil and filter changed as directed at a service center. And if any lubricated engine part suffers an oil-related breakdown, you're covered. Quaker State guarantees it in writing. The big Q is one Top Motor Oil.
We've placed these 2 similar 4x4s in this swamp to see if there's any real difference. Sure, they both have lots of luggage space, plenty of room for 5, and don't
think the Gators haven't noticed. But only the Isuzu Trooper has auto-locking hubs, so you don't have to get out to get into four-wheel drive. So, combined with its very low price, we see that only the Trooper won't cost you an arm and a leg. The Isuzu Trooper at just $13,699. There's no comparison.
Jim Kelly, Paul Kennedy, Bob Alvarez with you on Channel 44. Welcome back. The Patriots now trail by 6 for the first time, and there have been 4 Patriot turnovers that have led to 9 points for Tampa Bay.
They invite these guys down again. That has been the difference. The 3 fumbles and the interception. And notice Martin, who was bringing kickoffs back before and who lost that perfectly thrown pass that went the other way, is no longer returning kicks.
Christie. Don Overton at the 3. Won't get back to the 20. Loose football again. Bucs say they've got the ball again. Let's wait. Tony Citizen really put a pop on Overton.
Citizen on the stop for Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay's got the ball.
It's Christmas in August. What is going on here? The all-time leading rusher from Fairmont State in West Virginia puts it on the ground. One hit. Usually the second guy that pokes it free. It was Tony Citizen, number 4 there first, and arriving on the scene, Keith McCants, the millionaire linebacker, number 52.
Have not called his number a lot.
No, not at all, especially in light of the fact that Broderick Thomas made 6 tackles in the first half.
So now the man that started 16 games in the last 2 years with the Colts before a knee injury in the 3rd week ended his 89 season. In those 16 games, Indianapolis 9 up and 7 down. Chandler. The hitch delayed. John Harvey. Penalty flag is down. This one will be coming back. Billy Keys, the rookie out of Virginia, on the tackle defensively for New England.
He danced in there pretty good, but one of the reasons why, the holding. You mentioned the knee injury to Chandler, from which he is fully recovered, and it required reconstructive surgery.
Yeah, they say that left knee is stronger than ever. Actually, it's stronger than the right one.
As we get the call.
65 offense, 10 yards, repeat first down.
That holding call on Dan Graham. He says that if he is not hurt, that blockbuster trade never happens. He does not end up here because the Colts don't start thinking we have got to get us another quarterback. And George was their golden pot at the end of the rainbow.
Chandler, of course, gets $15,000 for every game that he starts, $20,000 if he starts and the Bucs win, and $5,000 for every appearance except when he holds for kicks. John Harvey, hammers his way inside the 20, upended by Ed Reynolds, number 95 out of Virginia in his 8th year. And if you missed the story earlier that Paul Kennedy told you about, Ed Reynolds in the reserve and said he could be called up at any time because of the crisis in the Middle East. Here playing tonight, could be on an airplane in 48 hours.
Let's certainly hope not. Did you see Terry Anthony get out there too? The rookie wide receiver, number 18, to provide a block.
On 2nd and 12, the ball at the 21. 9:45 left in the 3rd. Patriots have played giveaway tonight. They've popped the ball up 5 times. Chandler, nice pass. Oh! Willie Drury. What a move at the 5.
Yeah, pretty impressive, eh?
And look who's the first out in the field to congratulate Chandler. It's Vinny Testaverde.
Perfectly thrown and put taps on the bottom of these shoes. Drury dances into the end zone. Fantastic spin move. He wasn't looking for the boundary. Came back to the field. And Chandler's reaction, another day at the office.
He beat Eric Coleman. You saw Coleman go spinning, and then Tim Houck missed the tackle. Steve Christie will try to make it 23 points. In a row. It was 10-0 New England. Now it's 23-10 the Bucs. 9:31 to go. Chandler's touchdown toss when we come back to the Gator Bowl on Channel 44.
Dead credit. It's a nightmare. Sometimes it's so sudden, so unexpected. But there's hope for those with dead or dying credit. Taylor Automotive. Our unbelievable financing plans can put you in the driver's seat of a late model quality car, complete with a warranty. Taylor Automotive. Let us put some life back in your credit. 2 locations on US 19 in Pinellas Park and Tyrone Boulevard in St. Pete. Or call 1-800-648-8047.
Clean water. Without this special Rocky Mountain water, Coors just wouldn't be Coors. We're lucky. Up here, there's a natural supply. But in too many parts of this country, America's most precious natural resource is being threatened by pollution and waste. We want to do something about that. So the first step, we're making a major contribution to Pure Water 2000. The idea is to help clean up America's water supply by the end of this decade. We hope you'll join us in our fight for clean water everywhere.
Back at the Gator Bowl, number 87, Willie Drury, in his 6th year, a Plan B player from Houston out of West Virginia, had 1 touchdown last year. He's got his spring training underway now. Watch that. There goes Coleman. There goes Houck. And there goes 6. Drury, a 23-yard scoring strike from Chris Chandler. He's 2 for 2 as you look at that scoring drive. And again, Vinny was the first out there with a high 5, the low 5, and a solid 5 to congratulate Chandler.
Unquestionably, the Bucs are as strong as they have ever been at quarterback.
Christie bangs it 2 yards deep to Sammy Martin. And Sammy Martin explodes to the 28, maybe the 29-yard line in the grasp of Jesse Anderson.
Overton, who had fumbled the time before to surrender in 2 plays that touchdown, is replaced by Sammy Martin. And here comes Hodson again. You know, Hodson to Martin was a pretty big combination at LSU a few years ago.
A lot of people say that Mike Archer has to produce down there this year. He's on the hot seat.
Yeah. A Florida guy.
Mosey Katupu, number 30, is in, along with Marvin Allen, 39 for the Patriots. Hodson stays in, number 13, the rookie at quarterback. The tailback gets the call. Mosey Katupu, he's been around a while in his 13th year out of USC. Originally an 8th-round pick way back in '78.
He did not start a game last year in the backfield, but played in 14 games on special teams at the age of 34. Can you see running down covering kicks at 34 years of age in the National Football League?
He's tied for 4th in club history in games played. Needs only 5 more to move past John Hannon. How long did he play?
Got a John Hannon story for you in a moment.
2nd and 7 from the 32. Straight up the middle, blocking by Bob White, who's in there now at center in his 4th year out of Rhode Island. Tim Newton on the stop.
Great line surge. Speaking of offensive linemen, and John Hanna, the future Hall of Famer. When the Patriots host Miami to open the season this year, it will be John Hanna Day, as the franchise will honor him. And the injured Tampa Bay Buccaneer down there is Sidney Coleman, the linebacker in his 3rd year out of Southern Miss.
John Hanna was not a big fan of Ron Meyer when they were together in New England. Meyer came in, did some things differently than some of the veterans were used to, and there was almost a mutiny for a time.
You know what? You're right there, and I've heard that from so many people. But I find it interesting. Stanley Morgan is waived by this club. And you know where Stanley Morgan ends up? He ends up with Ron Meyer in Indianapolis. See if you can pick out the injury to the linebacker Coleman, number 53. So often they come late over a pile. I didn't particularly see it there. Another look. There he is to the right of your picture. And he gets hit from behind. And down he goes in that pile. But I find it interesting with all the bashing that has taken place, Ron Meyer has suffered, a lot of it well-deserved and brought on himself. that Morgan would end up in Indianapolis.
You look at third down conversions right there. Patriots look at 3rd and 1. I love what Ron Meyer had to say about the on-again, off-again trade for Chris Chandler. He said he felt like a banker. He had to wait 5 days for the check to clear, see if it was official. Patriot first down at the 45-yard line. Marvin Allen out of Tulane in the grasp of Keith McCants, the rookie out of Alabama.
A guy that came out of the 11th round, the former Green Wave, and has stuck in this year, or stuck in this league for 3 seasons. Hard-nosed running by Marvin Allen, 5'10", 208 pounds.
Hodson over the middle, caught. Lynn Dawson, the veteran out of North Carolina State.
It's a football name, isn't it? Lynn Dawson.
Spelled a little differently, the great quarterback.
13 starts for this 240-pounder a year ago. Hodson doesn't throw a tight spiral, does he? He was known in the SEC as, although a great passer, the ball sometimes didn't look picture perfect. Dawson, the former Wolfpacker, presents a pretty big target.
Hodson now 3 out of 5, 63 yards. Dawson stays in at tight end. 1st and 10. Hodson bends in behind Bob White out of Rhode Island. Plan B from the Dallas Cowboys. Loose football, and there it is. The 6th turnover. Picked up by Broderick Thomas. Get that highlight film out. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. 5 turnovers have led to 16 points for the Buccaneers. Tampa Bay trails 10-0. If the conversion's good, they will have scored 30 straight points.
And 2 touchdowns coming off return interceptions. Here he goes. We told you it was going to be the dawning of a new decade, a new season for the former #1 draft choice out of Nebraska. 56 yards for number 51, celebrating from the 5 on in.
Hey, he just outran Hodson. Hodson had a chance, but he wanted no part of Thomas. He tried the infamous ankle tackle.
There's no way that Hodson can keep up with Thomas. He runs a 4.5.
Royals puts it down. Christie puts it through. 29, 30, write them down. 30 straight points. The Bucs in a blowout by 20. They lead the Patriots with 6:15 left to go in the 3rd. A lot of football left when we come back to the Gator Bowl.
So I'm doing some heavy shopping when I walk past Pearl Vision Center. A sign in the window speaks to me. Sale! It's that. I can handle that. They tell me I can save $25 on 1 pair of glasses, or I can choose the buy 1 pair, get the 2nd pair free offer. 2nd pair free, I said? 2nd pair free, they said. No coupons? No coupons. Gotta go.
Now at Pearl Vision Center, call 1-800-YES-EYES for locations.
Now you can see Shamu like you've never seen him before. Up close, underwater, without holding your breath. Thanks to new visions, now at SeaWorld. Want to go to SeaWorld tonight and save lots of money? See all the magic of SeaWorld at night for half the price. Now through August 31st. Sounds great, huh?
Brand new 1990 Pontiacs. 37% off MSRP. Courtesy Pontiac in Tampa. Never before could you get over 1/3 off factory window sticker on a new car. Until now. Now, while 300 brand new 1990 Pontiac Le Mans last, Courtesy's full delivered price is just $47.88. $47.88. After $488 down, you own your new Le Mans for just $99 a month. Courtesy on the corner of Hillsborough and Dale Mabry, Tampa.
Well, Broderick Thomas would be the first one to tell you that last year was no fun at all. He said it was the first time in a long time that football was not any fun. Well, that seems to have all changed tonight. Ray Perkins just came over and gave him a slap on the back and said, way to go, kid. Broderick Thomas having fun once again. Jim?
He spent the entire offseason running and lifting weights and studying and wanted to prove something to himself, to his teammates, and to the city of Tampa. The Sandman is awake. It is high. It is deep. It's at the goal line, and it's dropped by Sammy Martin. He picks it up to the 10. Martin to the 15. Barrels his way close to the 20-yard line. And the first defensive player out, number 51, Broderick Thomas.
Often you can pop these because the defense will leave their lanes and over pursue the kick cover unit. Martin, who's had a long night, as have the Pats, scoots for the sideline. Watch Rod Jones, number 22. Boom. Hit him there. And 51 gets in there as well.
Patriots can't hang out of the ball. Look at that.
It's horrid. How different is this club than the one that opened the game here?
1st and 10 for Hodson. It's Mosey to Tupu. Cracks it across the 20. 2nd down and 9 coming up. Odie Harris helped out.
Mosey, one of those character guys that Rod Rust is looking for. He is so into roles and functions, he is saying, with this team. He's trying to build, as you see Rod Rust there, people with good character. He's run off such guys as Raymond Claiborne and others who we didn't think were the kind of people that he wanted to have around. And that's not athletically speaking, but he is going to keep Tupu, even though he may be a step slower than he's been in the past because of the great character he brings to this team.
Dawson and Jones are the wideouts. Penalty flag is down. This will be holding against New England. Hodson runs for his life and is out of bounds at the 25. Well, Rod Rust said he'll be patient. His team will be prepared. They'll keep it simple. And defensively, he said they'll run all sorts of schemes intended to disguise and disrupt. Watch number 70 here. I think it's David Vienne.
Yeah, but the only way you're going to stop Broderick Thomas is to do that. Just take him on down, grab him by the shoulder pad. There's the flag. Hold him on up there. That's all Vienne has been able to do. 8 tackles, a touchdown. Broderick Thomas is going to get a game ball out of this one.
He's having a highlight film kind of a night.
You know, he scored only 1 touchdown in his illustrious career at Nebraska, and it came against the Oregon Ducks. Little 4-yard return.
Everybody scores against Oregon. That's no great feat. Do. 2nd and 19 from the 10. Hodson, his team going the other way and popping up the football. Whoa. Thomas was there to Tupu, upended.
When is the last time a Buccaneer defense scored 14 points or 12 points, 2 TDs in a football game? It's been a long, long time.
Well, I think a lot of good things are happening tonight for that man after falling behind 10-0. A lot of team unity can be gathered from a performance like this. Obviously, they're still evaluating players in certain situations, but I go back to Chandler's touchdown pass. Vinny was the first out there. Chandler says, I'm here to help the team win, to do whatever I can, but there was Testaverde knowing that someday he could be replaced.
Yeah, although they may deny it, when you have a quality quarterback in reserve or a quality player at any position, no one's job is without challenge.
They say that they are only committed to Vinny being the starter for this year. And Chandler himself says, hey, if the trade had happened maybe back in April or earlier, I might have had a chance to compete for the #1 job. But I talk about team unity. Vinny was out there high-fiving in the first to congratulate Chandler. Thomas with a big game, helping out. Drury is back deep. Fair catch at the 34-yard line. 3:16 left to go, and the Bucs big over the Patriots. They lead it 30-10. So there's a lot of good coming out of this besides evaluating players when they have to trim the roster.
You mentioned Chandler. You know, he nearly ended up in New England because, pardon me, he nearly stayed in Indianapolis. Jeff George nearly ended up in New England. Jeff George was offered to the Patriots by the Atlanta Falcons. They wanted Hartley Dykes and that big left tackle Bruce Armstrong. I've been curious what would have occurred if the Pats had taken that and made that deal.
And then there's Jeff Carlson on the sideline, and he had that great game last week against the Bengals. Chandler in trouble, evades a couple, has it batted down, but he showed his stamina there. Ed Reynolds had Chandler wrapped up.
He is capable of scrambling, is Chandler. There is the captain, number 95, captain in the U.S. Army Reserve, who started 16 games in the middle last year, the top tackler a season ago for the Patriots. A good job of getting out of the grasp of Ed Williams, and then the strong left arm of Reynolds to bat it down.
Tony Mayberry, the rookie out of Wake Forest, in its center. Graham, Dill, Swain, Beckles in the offensive front. Drury, Hall, Anthony are the wideouts. Hole over the middle for Tony Citizen. They'll look at Tony, and I also think Derek Douglas will get a little workout, eh?
Yeah. This is a long look you're about to see this evening, the final 3 minutes of this third quarter and into the fourth for little number 4. Came out of Church Point High School, the same high school that produced Mark Carrier for the Buccaneers.
Of course, Ray Perkins wants to work on that running game. Last year, they averaged about 95 yards a game rushing. And that put them 23rd in the league in rushing out of 28 teams. In the 6 games that they did go over the 100-yard mark, they won 5 of those games. Douglas and Citizen in the backfield. Chandler. Oh, incomplete at the 35. Throwing into triple coverage. It was deflected by Rod McSwain, looking for Douglas, looping out of the backfield.
Yeah, the only guy who wasn't in the area for the Patriots was the fellow walking up and down the aisle selling soft drinks. Watch this. There are white helmets with little happy Patriots on the side of them, all in your picture. Not a lot of room there, was there not, for Derek Douglas out of the backfield?
Kitrick Taylor, number 49, is back deep. He awaits this punt at his own 17-yard line. Mark Royal out of Appalachia State. Spirally kick. Caught and then out of bounds at the 28-yard line by Kitrick Taylor. 2:10 left to go in the third. 30 straight points put on the board by Ray Perkins' club.
And here comes that salty defense on a very hot night back onto the field.
Look at the difference. Patriots, 189 yards in the first half, just 59 in the second. Buccaneers still way behind in total yardage, but with a great defensive effort, and the Patriots keep coughing up that football.
Well, the defense with 33 yards provided by Everett on an interception return for a touchdown, and Thomas with his 56-yarder. The defense has turned in 100 yards of its own tonight the other way.
Hodgson hands it off to Marvin Allen. Broderick Thomas again. Interesting what Perkins is doing. He knows, he's sensing that his second-year linebacker's having a big game. He's leaving him in, helping with his confidence and his momentum, rather than take him out and rest him, even though he's got other people he wants to look at.
Other people in the form of Maurice Oliver. He has Kevin Murphy, too, who just signed this week, but they didn't expect to use him a lot. McCants and Moss on the other side.
Allen goes the other way. Good speed. Turns the corner right in front of the New England bench up near the 39. Rodney Rice chased him out of bounds. Rice and Everett both seeing action, as has Rod Jones, though Jones rather ineffective after the holdout. Everett, go ahead.
Pardon me, Rodney Rice. He played with the Patriots last season. Came down to Florida, to Tampa, on a Plan B acquisition.
From the 39, Overton, 29, checks in. He's got the ball. First down and more. Nice run by Overton. Keith McCants on the hit.
Yeah. What does that tell you about McCants, the linebacker, running down a running back from behind? Watch, this time they do block. Number 51 in Thomas. And scooting through the hole and off and running is Overton. Good move. And from the far side of the field, here comes McCants.
Overton made the secondary of the Buccaneers look like candlepin bowling. They do that in Boston, you know. It's a top-rated show on Saturday afternoon.
Candlepin bowling?
Little skinny pins and a short round ball. Hodgson stands tall. Sideline, threw it away. In the direction of Timpson. Clock stopped with 37 seconds left. Third quarter.
Candlepin bowling?
They do. They've done it up there for years. Little tiny pins. They're real thin. That's why they call them candlesticks. They're about the size of candlesticks. The ball's like a bocce ball.
Bocce ball.
2nd and 10 from the 42. 37 ticks left for Tommy Hodson in the third quarter. McMurtry wide to the right. Timpson wide to the left. And there goes Overton up the middle. Down to the 30-yard line. In the grasp of Keith McCants. That might have been the last snap of the third quarter.
Robert Goff is not in the game right now on the bench with a twisted knee. Nigerian steps in, gets blocked. McCants makes a one-arm tackle. How strong is he? Brought him down with his left arm. Overton's the all-time leading rusher in the history of tiny Fairmont State in West Virginia. 44 career touchdowns, 3,500 yards as a collegiate at an NAIA school.
Well, Paul Kennedy, it was 10-9 New England at the intermission. Steve Christie's 37-yard field goal closed the margin to 1, but since that time, 20 straight points by Tampa Bay.
The Toyota versus the Isuzu standard pickup. If Earth were invaded by giant reptiles, which would be better prepared?
Get out of here!
Well, first of all, the Isuzu gets better mileage than Toyota. That's helpful. Plus, it has the biggest payload in its class, so it can carry more. All in all, when the giant lizards come, I'd rather be in an Isuzu.
Because it even has more legroom. The Isuzu pickup at just $7,779, there's no comparison.
At the St. Petersburg Times, press operators had to wait while pages were sent by hand from an office miles away. But then, with the help of GTE, they came up with a way to send those pages over fiber optic phone lines, saving precious time and money. You see, at GTE, it's not just communications we offer, it's solutions. Call us. We deliver.
Tampa, your Home Depot at Brandon Crossing Shopping Center is now bigger and better than ever, with even more of everything to improve your home. All at Home Depot's guaranteed low pricing. We feature a Keller ladder for every job, from step ladders to specialty ladders, in wood, aluminum, or fiberglass. For household and professional use, it's Keller.
When you're with us at Home Depot, you feel right at home.
Share the spirit of a distant land.
Celebrate the sunrise, celebrate the day. Celebrate the life you live and let your soul play. Let your soul sing, let your soul love.
Busch Gardens at Tampa Bay, no place else.
Hey, you warm-blooded rookies. Time to take a double dare. Got a twist to Adventure Island's new Caribbean corkscrew. It'll turn you into a Caribbean amphibian. No problem, Mom.
Paul Kennedy's here. Jim Kelly with you. Bob Alvarez down on the sideline. Hodson passes picked off at the 10. At the 15. Rodney Rice to the 20. Rodney Rice. One man to beat. Hodson with a stop.
If there was ever a team Rodney Rice wanted to score on, it would be the New England Patriots, considering they left him unprotected following last season. And here's how it happened. The ball is underthrown, and Rodney Rice with a lot of orange jerseys, Jim, to lead the way. Down the sideline, there's Sam Anno, the linebacker, pushing on Hodson. Hodson came over and tripped him up.
Had Anno been able to block Hodson, Rodney Rice with a high five right there would have scored. 63 yards on the interception return, and yet another turnover. That's the longest interception return in Bucs preseason history. And the 21 points they scored in the third quarter, that ties a preseason record going back to 1982 when they scored 21 in the third against Washington and Philadelphia. And there goes number 33, Reggie Cobb. Look at him fight. Rembert hanging on. Cobb exploded at the 20, banged his way inside the 15.
And Junior Robinson in the secondary, number 27 at the end of the play, will take a shot too. Look how strong Cobb runs with confidence. Now watch the forearm shiver. Bam! And down goes Robinson on his britches. Cobb is still on his feet fighting.
6 carries, 36 yards for the number 2 draft pick. from the 14. Anthony, Hall, Chris Ford are your wideouts. Reggie Cobb to the 2. Somehow you get the feeling number 33 might get the call next time out. You think Ray will give it to him one more time?
Like the balls in Neyland Stadium. He likes wearing the orange. A gaping hole. He cuts back past the outstretched arm of number 98 in Charles Jackson, and he comes up just 2 yards shy of the end zone.
29 touchdowns for Johnny Major's Volunteers, the 3rd leading career rusher in Tennessee history, 2,360 yards. Could be about to score his first in a Bucs uniform. Touchdown, Reggie Cobb. He ran right out of the arms of Chris Williams, the nose tackle. Number 90 had him, and Reggie wanted the 6.
You got a good view, too, of what life is like at ground level. Everything clogged up. Look how quick he changed direction. And then high-stepped it into the end zone. Reggie Cobb. I mean, there was nothing there on the right side. And in the blink of an eye, he's back to his left.
So many good things happening tonight. Cobb's performance, just one of them. Mark Royals and Steve Christie, they've had a busy night. 37 unanswered points. The Patriots led 10-0. It's 37-10. Cobb, 8 carries, 49 yards, and 1 touchdown. That drive, 3 plays, 26 yards, and the Bucs in a blowout lead the Patriots by 27.
Next time on Star Trek, The Next Generation. A serious accident releases highly toxic chemicals.
Begin evacuation of secondary hull.
And contamination ignites a chain reaction that's tearing up the Enterprise.
Controls are not responding, sir.
Now the crew faces destruction at breakneck speed.
We can't shut it down, Captain. She's accelerating out of control.
On the next exciting episode of Star Trek, The Next Generation.
Sunday night at 7 on your 44.
Wouldn't it be great if you were at a party and suddenly you could read people's minds? And wouldn't it be great if you knew that Candace Robertson wanted beer? Really great beer like Keystone, the fresh, cold-filtered beer in a can that tastes like beer in a bottle because of Keystone's specially lined can. And wouldn't it be great if later that evening you and Candace went to Vegas? Yeah! Cold-filtered Keystone and Keystone Light. Bottled beer taste in a can. Wouldn't that be great?
One of the biggest blockbusters of the summer is not an action-adventure movie or a sci-fi thriller. In fact, it's not even playing at your local movie theater. It's at your local Subaru dealer. It's the Subaru Summer Blockbuster. Talk about a powerful performance. You can get the Subaru Legacy L automatic sedan with air conditioning, cruise control, and AM/FM stereo cassette at spectacular savings. The Subaru Summer Blockbuster. This one is a must-see.
Visit Mastro Subaru, Reed Subaru, Sunwest Subaru, Tom Starmer Subaru.
Watch this year's number 2 draft pick. The acceleration, the cutback.
Starts left, comes back right, and explodes into the end zone. Touchdown, Reggie Cobb. A young man who's come a long way in the short span of less than a year.
Don Overton is back deep, number 29. Steve Christie gets yet another kickoff. Boy, if Ray Perkins wanted to see under game conditions what Christie could do, he's getting a good look, isn't he?
He'll need oxygen and some water over there, kicking himself into exhaustion.
This one will sail into the end zone. That's 2 tonight that have been 7 yards deep.
I don't hit 3 woods that far. He murdered that. What a
I'm not
solid
sure you hit your driver that far.
A solid find. Took him but 3 plays, and lost in all of this was Chris Chandler quietly at the helm.